Alright, y'all. We officially got the NBA 2025 to 26 predictions video. Listen, this one is gonna be a little bit more fun because these are my personal ones. As you can see on the screen, I already got seeds 9 through 15 up on the screen. We'll go up as the video goes on. But I just wanted to highlight this real quick, okay? I don't want to talk too much. I just want to jump straight into it. So we got Spurs Nation that I'm covering this year. We got the Dallas Mavericks I'm covering this year. We got the Lakers, some Wolves games, some Knicks games. Y'all get the point. Rockets games for sure. We're gonna try to cover as much teams as possible, that's playing good basketball and that, that's not too small market, so it doesn't hurt the channel because I like to watch. I would watch all these teams really. But y'all not here for that. Y'all here to see my predictions. So listen, all right. 13 to 15. A lot of people are low on the Phoenix Suns, and I actually think they could push a play-in spot. But just to be fair and looking at the teams and how competitive the West is, I had to be fair and put the Phoenix Suns at 13, okay? The Portland Trailblazers, another team who can be a sleeper. Mind you, I'm not counting these teams out, y'all, in the West. These teams are just that good. So I got the Portland Trailblazers at the 14 seed, and I got the Utah Jazz taking up that last spot. Same shit as last year. Utah at the 15 spot. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the East. You got the Hornets. Let me put the standings up on the Eastern Conference side so you guys see it as well. You see the Hornets last season, they were 19 and 63. LaMelo Ball is a good point guard. Don't get me wrong. Great point guard, actually, if you want me to be honest. But he just don't have what he need around him because he's a great passer. He could do so much. He's so underrated. But I don't see the Hornets going anywhere, obviously, right? The Pacers as well. Tyrese going down. Miles Turner going to the Bucks. Neesmith and Nemhard. And you got Benedict Mathurin. They gonna definitely improve this year, but the Pacers is definitely not making no noise. Losing Tyrese and Miles Turner, that hurt so much. It sucks to see how that went because they definitely should have won the championship, in my opinion. I think Tyrese was on one of those Luka Doncic Game 7 heaters before he went down, and is always going to be one of the biggest what-ifs in history. The Wizards, well, we don't even got to talk too much about the Wizards, you know what I'm saying? They definitely in the gulag. I'm not going to try to spend too much time on the gulag teams. We got to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. I know, Lakers Nation, I know. Venom, how you got us at the 9th seed? Listen, that brother LeBron James, it's time. It's the hell? Oh, that brother LeBron James, it's time, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Bron, you've given this league everything you had. You're eating too much money to be playing alongside this man right here.
Slovenia Sniper. Slovenia Sniper.
So, because of that, you're playing alongside the Slovenian Sniper. LeBron, you eating into Luka's depth. Do you know how many pieces that can be? Like, bro, they really only got Vando. Like, when I'm talking as far as wings go, Vando and Rui is really their main wings. And Rui, I wouldn't even consider a wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really consider Rui a point of attack defender as well. Vando is definitely a point of attack defender. But they don't, they need the PJ Washingtons, the Derrick Jones Jr.'s, the above the rim finishers Luka Kalabitu. Now, obviously, he got DA. He got Jackson Hayes. He got some type of rotation with, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if Kaloko's still over there, but y'all get what I'm saying. Luka's still going to make it do what it do. But LeBron, man, listen, them injuries are starting to catch up. Father Time is catching up. It's about time you throw in the towel. It don't even look like the Lakers is trying to give you that contract extension as well. Listen, man, we're not going to spend too much time on the Lakers, but that's why I got them at the 9th seed. Now, they could make a move at the deadline, which applies to almost every team, if not every team that will go over. So I'm not going to spend too much time harping on that. Let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant-Man. And I got it written down for Ant-Man. Listen, okay? Ant still was showing a few signs of mental immaturity, talking about like less involvement of his teammates and going for career highs against his cupcake matchups. But if you look on the bright side with Anthony Edwards, he's worked on studying the mid-range game, which would take his game to another level. He's been studying Kobe film, and he's been getting advice from MJ. Now, he did clarify it's not like too much advice. He's not super in contact with MJ. It's people on his team inside giving him, relaying the messages, whatever the case may be. But Anthony Edwards is definitely going to take a leap in the mid-range this year. This is a brother who works extremely hard at his game. You saw in the Olympics, he worked on his three-point shot and came and led the league in three-point shooting. That was crazy to do. You can't just wake up and do that. You got to put so much time and effort and work into doing that. Playing alongside Curry in the Olympics, etc., etc. You get it. But listen, I got the Timberwolves at the 10th seed. They could make it through a play-in spot. I could be wrong. At the end of the day, these are my opinions, okay? I don't think Anthony Edwards has showed the maturity level yet. Going for career highs on cupcake teams instead of getting your teammates involved, show signs of immaturity. I think you should approach the game the same way every single night. All right. Moving on to the Sacramento Kings, you got Domantas Sabonis, Russell Westbrook, who they just signed. Whew, that's going to be, hey, Kings, y'all about to enjoy the full Russell Westbrook experience. The Kings are going to the gulag, okay? I genuinely don't see them making the playoffs. Russell Westbrook is definitely going to anchor this team down. Listen, I don't hate Westbrook, but I definitely am not a fan of his game. And that's okay. I know Westbrook got a lot of fans out there. Listen, don't shoot the messenger, all right? I'm here for my opinions and my opinions only. New Orleans Pelicans, don't see them making the playoffs. Zion definitely looking healthier this year, but they hit us with the Ben Simmons every year, so I'm not going to fall for the hezzy this year. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Pelicans as well. Bruce Brown left. He's on the Nuggets, which we'll get into that later on. The Heat in the East, gulag. No Wiggins. They got Bam still. They got Hero. I'm not really putting too much stock into the Miami Heat. As you can see, they won 37 games last season, and that was with Jimmy Butler. I can only see them missing the playoffs this year, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? By the way, let's go over the Lakers record last year as well. The Lakers were the 3 seed last year. Do you guys really see them being the 3 seed this year? Do you know how many things? No. I don't see it happen. I genuinely don't. No offense. You know what I'm saying? The Wolves, what seed were they last year? They were a 6 seed last year. I don't see the Wolves winning this many games next year. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm not going to harp on that too much. Let's move on to the Brooklyn Nets, gulag, Toronto Raptors, gulag, the Bulls, gulag. We're not going to waste too much time with them. Let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies, which brings us right here. Let me show y'all right now. Here we go. This brings us to the Memphis Grizzlies right here. I got the Memphis Grizzlies at the A seed, y'all. Yeah, I got the Memphis Grizzlies at the A seed. John Moran, Zach Edey. Zach Edey definitely is not moving me the way he might be moving other people, but that just might be me. I don't see the Grizzlies making too much noise in the West, but we'll leave it at that. The Celtics as well, A seed. You like, Venom, what the hell? Why you got us at an A seed? Listen, okay. First of all, the Grizzlies was an 8 seed in the West last year. I don't see them even cracking, you know what I'm saying? I see them staying exactly where they are. Look at the Celtics now. The Celtics were a 2 seed. That was with Jason Tatum, with Porzingis, with Drew Holiday. All those pieces who are no longer with the Celtics right now, currently, right? But you got Anthony Simons, who can definitely get him a bucket. And the way the Celtics have been playing new defense, I know y'all seen that viral Celtics clip. Listen, Jokic, Luka, they picking, Sengun, they picking that right apart. Try sending 3 at the ball. Like, I don't know why that's going viral. Like, a lot of people expose their lack of basketball knowledge on the X, on Twitter. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that brings us to our next seed, which I think may disappoint some of my supporters, especially one of my hardcore fan bases, which is Mavs Nation at the 7th seed. Mavs Nation, y'all know I love y'all so much. Y'all know I don't mean no harm by this, right? The reason why, hear me out. The reason why I got Mavs at 7, Kyrie is down right now. Mind you, I got to be fair when I'm doing this. As much as I love Mavs Nation, as much as I would love to put you as the 1 and 2 seed, I have to be realistic, okay? I see the Mavs making the 7 seed. Kyrie comes back, and they make a real playoff push. I genuinely see the Mavs making a real playoff push. They get Kyrie back. They're going to struggle in the regular season. Anthony Davis, injury problems. You know what I'm saying? They got to deal with Klay Thompson inconsistencies in shooting. You know what I'm saying? Can you rely on Najee Marshall and PJ Washington to come through for you every night? It's a lot of question marks. Cooper Flag, you're going to put it all on a rookie? You know what I'm saying? So it's so many question marks around Dallas, but they have everything they need, especially when they're healthy, to go make a real shot at the championship. So Mavs Nation, I'm not putting y'all on at 7 for lack of talent. I'm putting y'all at 7 for health reasons. Losing Kyrie, AD may be out for some games, and this is just regular season standards. This is not playoffs. So do not take this too personal, okay? The Detroit Pistons, 7 as well. As you can see on your screen, the Detroit Pistons were the 6th seed last year. And I got them this year at the 7th seed, all right? So we're not going to read into that too much. Let's look at what was Dallas's standings seeding last year. Dallas was 10 seed. Yeah, I remember. They were the 10th seed. So y'all slide up a couple spots without Luka this year. Kyrie is definitely going to come back this year. Like the way he's moving already, I know Kyrie's coming back. All right, let's just spoil you some of them, okay? Yeah. Why not? Clippers, Spurs, and the Warriors. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not just show it? We got the Clippers, the Spurs, and the Warriors. So Clippers 6th seed. A lot of people is super high on the Clippers. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Me personally, I'm not. Health reasons. They got an unction going on over there. James Harden, they got a beautiful team, though. Don't get me wrong. On paper, if we talking strictly on paper, I'm putting the Clippers top 3 seed automatically. On paper, the talent they have, I'm putting them top 3 seed. Zoo and James Harden connection, they hit another level last year. You can't, if you ignore what they did and what they got cooking over there in LA, you got to be a biased basketball fan. You know what I'm saying? James Harden is doing that pick and roll. James Harden very communicative. He's definitely paying, taking attention to detail to another level. You saw the connection last year. They got Derrick Jones Jr., CP3 running the second unit. You got so many pieces. Bradley Beal taking his actual worth. I think he's like on $10 million right now. See, the Bradley Beal messed up the Suns because he was eating $50 million. He's on the Clippers on a discount right now. If you get that Bradley Beal for that price, that's definitely a steal. So I'm not going to say Bradley Beal sucks at basketball for that price he was getting paid in Phoenix. Yes, that was not fair. But on the Clippers, I 100% see Bradley Beal making an impact. You got Brook Lopez as well over there, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, watch out for the Clippers if they're healthy. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that brings us to what seed is this? The number 5 seed. One of the favorite teams I'm going to be looking out for this year with that 7'5" monster. Bro, everybody think the Spurs team is going to be a playing team. I'm telling y'all right now, the Spurs is going to be a top 5 team in the NBA, the Western Conference specifically. The Spurs will not be a play-in team this year. They are going to make a playoff berth. They will clinch a playoff berth, okay? Now listen, of course, Wemby, I don't have no concerns with his health. Yeah, he had a problem last year with that deep brain thrombosis thing, whatever that is. I don't got no concerns with Victor Wembanyama. The man stretches. I actually got notes pulled up for the Spurs. So I said note, and I made this note on October 13th because I was taking notes all summer. So I had to edit, and in my edit, I said, after watching the preseason games, the Spurs are a top 5 team in the West. And before the preseason, I thought the Spurs would be a playing team after getting Fox, because Wemby and Fox alone is dangerous enough to get to the playoffs, right? Those are 2 closers, right? 2 guys you can throw the ball to in the final possessions to get a bucket. Not to forget the guard. You know what I'm saying? The guard and the center. That connection right there, if you look in history, it's always a guard-center connection when you look at the great teams, right? To get a bucket. Not to forget, that's necessary. They have superstars in both positions, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama, but that's not the only reason why I say they go to the playoffs. It's the depth throughout this team, the San Antonio Spurs team, which is a real sleeper, and the way Mitch Johnson is utilizing his rotation, and he plays on both ends like the unguardable Wemby-Cornette 2-man game that we saw in the preseason, the Steph Castle-Wemby connection, the Dylan Harper insane offensive ceiling he has combined with his 6'10 wingspan, it could get spooky for the Spurs. And you cannot forget Champagnie, Keldon Johnson, Sohan. This team is too lethal. Then you got David Jones Garcia, who shows signs of life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, listen. This is the dark horse team to watch out for this season. We may see the most upsets we've ever seen in NBA history because no one has this team even making the playoffs. Wemby was with the Monks finding calmness in the storm, most likely keeping his level-headed in high-pressure moments. He will rise when pressure moments come. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't shot from the moment. If we thought Wemby was clutch already, we're about to see a whole different version of Victor Wembanyama, and he's already given us a good taste in the playoffs. Pause. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Wemby was at Nassau as well. You know what I'm saying? He said he sacrificed a lot of shooting drills to get some game-like reps to stay conditioned, and his shot clearly didn't fall off. In fact, it looks even more dangerous. You know, he sacrificed shooting drills to go to Nassau. Like, bro, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Fox and Wemby. They didn't even play enough games last year to assess what ceiling they got. But with what little sample size we saw and what little film we saw with them, I could see them winning more games than people expect. So I got the San Antonio Spurs at number 5. Okay? My fault for the Hawks. I skipped the Hawks at number 6. Yeah, I got Trey. They got Porzingis over there. They got Trey Young over there. They got Dyson Daniels, who just got his I don't know if it was an extension, but he signed a new contract. Shout out to them. I'm pretty sure I'm missing more people as well. The guy from the Cavs, his name is not coming to me right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Listen, the Atlanta Hawks is definitely making the playoffs this year, and they could make some noise. I could definitely see them pushing toward the Eastern Conference Finals as well, which brings us to the number 4 seed, the man with a plan, the babyface sniper. Been cooking with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop. That boy right there, Chef Curry, man. Listen, I got the Warriors at the 4 seed. I think Stephen Curry alone is enough to win a championship, but when you mix him in with all the pieces he got, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield, Pajemski, Kuminga coming back. Oh my goodness, you got Trey Jackson Davis, Quentin Posters hitting a new level. You gotta love what you're seeing with this Warriors team right now. I can't lie. You even what's his name, LJ Cryer. Oh my, listen. They got something cooking over there. You got Spencer as well, who's giving. Oh my lord, the Warriors got a lot of that, and I know I'm missing people too. That's even scary. Moody. Like, bro, I know I'm missing people off the GP2. Yeah, bro, watch out for the Warriors this year. Dub Nation, y'all know how I feel about y'all already. The Magics as well, Paolo over there. They got Desmond Bain. They got the Wagner brothers still. If I didn't check for the updated rosters, but I'm high as well on the Magics as well. By the way, the Warriors were a 7th seed last year, and they was a 7th seed because Jimmy wasn't there all year. Imagine what the Warriors would do with a full season of Jimmy Butler under their roster. Imagine. They went on to become the best team in the NBA since the Jimmy Butler trade going into the playoffs. Imagine what they'll look like. And they added Al Horford. It was messed up that they waived Seth Curry, by the way. That was messed up. But they got Al Horford, right? Bro, I know I'm missing something crucial. They got Al Horford. I know I'm missing it. Y'all gonna let me know in the comments. Anyways, that brings us to our number 3 seed, chat. Number 3 seed is the Denver Nuggets. Y'all know who it is. Nikola Jokic himself. The Denver Nuggets, man. I got the Nuggets at the 3 seed. And listen, the Nuggets could easily push for a 2 or 1 seed. Easily. Like, this is not... These next 3 is going to be a very, very, very close race, okay? You got the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, backed up by Jonas Valanciunas. That lineup alone, that rotation alone is insane. And I don't even know if y'all still got DeAndre Jordan, which would be unfair. That would just be like overkill. You know what I'm saying? That center rotation. When you got 3 centers that you can rotate, that's genuinely insane. Especially when one of them is a superstar. But anyways, Nikola Jokic. Brucey B came back. Brucey B is definitely back. They got Cameron Johnson, which is also an upgrade from Michael Porter Jr. You got a better defender in Michael Porter Jr. and somebody who can shoot more consistently than Michael Porter Jr. in my opinion, right? Cameron Johnson is also a more mature player than Michael Porter Jr. He's not a black hole. You don't throw the ball to him and then you're not getting it back. He might look for something else. You could use him as a secondary playmaker, sometimes as a hub when Jokic is on the bench because he can see over offenses as well. It's a lot of ways that David Adelman could use that, and I know he's a great coach and he will. So I got the Nuggets at the 3 seed. They can easily be the 2 or 1 though. Do not get me wrong, Nuggets Nation. I'm just putting y'all at 3. And then the Bucks. Looking at the Milwaukee Bucks, I ain't gonna lie. With Miles Turner coming over there, playing alongside Giannis. No, Dame is not over there no more. Listen, when you got Giannis, bro, you always got a chance. The man is a walking truck. He's a walking Mack truck. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on. That brings us to our number 2 seed, chat. And if you just take a wild guess of who's the number 2 seed. Just take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess. Out of all the teams you've seen so far, what team do you think is the number 2 seed? You guessed it right. If you said the Houston Rockets, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me scroll up. Okay, yeah, we got that done. Now let's expose it. The Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The number 1 and number 2 seed. Like I said, these top 3 could go either way. Either way. So I got the Houston Rockets at the 2 seed for multiple reasons, which I'll go over right now. So first of all, with the Houston Rockets, you got to talk about the new addition, Kevin Durant, right? And before we even talk about that, let's talk about last playoffs. Last playoffs was crucial for developing Sengun, Amen, and Jabari. Jabari got stronger, and he's already tall. And his jumper looks more consistent now, which is super scary. He's officially entering his prime, in my opinion, only a few years into the league, right? As Amen Thompson, I can call my brothers right now, and they'll tell you. Before Amen even started improving, I told my brothers he could be a top 3 player in years to come. This brother is the literal definition of an athlete. A guy you can grab to go play any sport, and he'll go compete with the fire at the highest level. Not to mention, he's a blue-collar boy. The man has every single thing you want in an athlete. And by the way, you know what I'm saying? The Rockets lost a lot of easy games last year and went on a losing skid early February. With KD in the picture now, though, a pure closer, I have no doubt the Rockets could gun for the 1 seed. I have no doubt. You know what I'm saying? They got a closer in KD. They got a closer. And Alperen Sengun, you could really say he's a closer, but KD is more of a closer because he's a pure bucket that's unstoppable. You know, it was kind of sad to see Alperen Sengun get stopped by Draymond Green in that last game because Draymond said, I'm going to get a stop. And they went to Sengun, and Sengun couldn't close the game out for them. You don't got that problem no more. Ime doesn't have to put it all on his young center, Alperen Sengun, that's still developing, still going for his ceiling. You know what I'm saying? That brings us to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers, man, this is going to be a team to watch out for. The second best team in the East, in my opinion. Behind the New York Knicks, obviously, right? I can definitely see the Cleveland Cavaliers pushing for a 2 seed. And that brings us to the 1 seed in the West, OKC. That brother Shea, yo, let me tell you something. I slept on Shea last year. I'm not gonna make the mistake of doing that this year, bro. I mean, I didn't sleep on him, but I slept on an OKC team because I always said Shea was a bucket. With Shea leading the charge right there, I'm high on OKC not just for the talent, but their brotherhood. The way they are all bought in, because you could lead a team just off talent and make people do that. And I just watched this on Starting Five. You can make people do their job because they have to do it, or you can make people do their job because they want to do it. Shea is one of those players that treats his teammates well and makes them want to do their jobs, which means they'll go over and above than what their job description even says if it means that they get to win a game, if they mean they want to win a playoff series, or Shea gets to win an MVP, or they win a championship. They are all bought in. And that brings us to our final one, New York Knicks. New York stand up, New York in the building. Shout out to New York. I love y'all so much. My hometown, my home city, my only team that I'm a fan of in my life. I'm not a fan of no teams but the New York Knicks. I'm only fans of my favorite players that go to these teams, okay? So let me make it clear if it wasn't clear already. Kevin Durant is my #1 favorite player of all time. It was D Wade when I was younger as well. When I was watching Miami, I had so many favorite. Devin Booker. Like I could go to Kyrie Irving. Obviously, I don't know how I miss Kyrie. It's so many. Not so many, but it's a few favorite players I got now. The new favorite players I have nowadays: Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, even though he's not young. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many new players. Like they're not new players, but I became new fans of them over watching most of their game. Stephen Curry as well. You know what I'm saying? Luka Doncic. I could keep going down the list. But anyways, listen. This is Venom's predictions. Hopefully I'm right. Let me make it full screen real quick so you guys can see my full prediction real quick, because this is gonna be crazy if I end up being right. This is my full prediction. I have, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. I got OKC, Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Spurs, Clippers, Mavs, Grizzlies, Lakers, Wolves. Y'all get the picture. Y'all see the picture, man. It's your boy Venom. We are only, how many subs is that? 69 subs away from 29.3K subs. I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you in the next one. It's your boy Venom. We out of here, baby.